Hi there, I'm back. So today I would love to take a moment to talk. We're going down deep today. So today might not be so, you know, talking about specific symptoms of things or problems that we might have, but this goes all the way down. Like this can take care of the anxiety, the depression, the shortness of temper, the irritability, um, excuse me, the self-esteem issues, the lack of confidence, the inability to make decisions, like all the things. This is one of these things where this gets all the way down to the root of the matter. There's like those few things that are like under the surface that you can't even see, that you necessarily might not be making the direct link to how this thing could possibly be treating this. It's the roots of the tree, and in the roots of the tree is why this particular leaf is turning yellow. So that's what we're talking about. So we're not talking about how to take care of the leaf. We're talking about what to do to nourish the roots. So that being said, today we're going to talk about judgment. And so at its fundamentalist of ways, like again, going down to the root of judgment is the belief in good and bad. And so the idea here is, the experiment here is, if awareness creates choice, if we believe that awareness creates choice, and I believe that wholeheartedly, we have to know where we are. We have to be aware of what the situation is before we can see that we can possibly make decisions, right? So if awareness creates choice, and it does, then bringing more awareness to this idea of how often and how strong our judgments are can open up, seriously, a whole new world of possibilities. But the first step is creating awareness. So my challenge for you, my wanting for you, my curiosity, if you're ready to take on this challenge, is to simply take 3 days, just 3 days of really noticing when your thoughts shift automatically to good or bad, holy and evil, right or wrong, those types of thoughts. How often is it that we just so naturally and innately and just instantly attach a label of yes or no, good or bad, right or wrong? And so, like I said, the first step is creating awareness. Take 2 to 3 days of just continually reminding yourself to check in with yourself, to notice. Are you judging yourself as good or bad? Are you judging others as good or bad? Are you judging the weather as good or bad? The way that your body is and the way it's functioning, the news, that dog that lives down the block, like all the things. What are all of the things? And really just bring an awareness to just how much energy and attention, just how much energy and attention is being put towards judgment, towards deciding instantly in the moment. But throughout the day, it adds up. So it doesn't feel like it takes much time and energy or focus because it happens so quickly. But those quick things happening so many times really starts to pile up. So our first step here is just noticing, just noticing, just noticing. When without judgment for yourself, this is the deal. Not saying, oh shit, like I didn't know I was so negative, or oh no, I'm good, or zero judgment. This is purely a scientific exploration, just an exploration and curiosity. How often and how intense are those automatic judgments for you of good or bad, right or wrong, yes or no, all of those things? And so the idea is, and I'd be curious to hear from you, what happens after 3 days of this, just 3 days of this? what you do learn about yourself, and what shifts might automatically happen even without you purposefully doing it. Mental shifts, physical shifts, whatever, just emotional shifts. And so that's our focus and that's our challenge for this week. Actually, for, like I said, just 3 days. Let me know how it's going, and let me know just, what this does or doesn't do for you. Let me know what you think of this. So the idea here in the end is, after we go through this awareness and after we bring some awareness to this, we start to realize how sometimes we judge things in a strong way, like very quickly, and then just automatically react in that strong way, but without really balancing it out. Is it really that bad enough to avoid or push away or walk away from or push into? So what happens is, when we're in judgment, that extreme judgment, that instant judgment, because the choices are only one or the other, we feel like we only have two choices to react: either react or don't react, fight or flight, like one or the other, avoid or take action. We feel like we only have two choices. And so when we only have two choices, that closes down so many other choices for us that we could potentially be taking. But it starts all the way down in the judgment itself, that instant judgment itself. Let me know how this is landing for you. Let me know what comes up for you after you practice this practice for 3 days. And we will continue to build on this. And yes, for those of you that are listening for anxiety, in the end, just imagine a world where there was no such thing as bad. Just imagine a world where no physical sensations from emotions, no actions from yourself or others are labeled as bad. They're just all learning experiences. Like, how much anxiety can be pulled out of you if we just take away the theory of bad? And this is the first step. This exercise is the first step in doing that. So those of you that are here for anxiety issues and wanting some relief from anxiety, this can be a life changer. This can be absolutely huge when it comes to releasing anxiety. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you next week.